Good morning, everyone. Good morning. That was almost there, but it was 98%. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I love call and response. Welcome to MassHire Boston ABCD Career Center here at 10 Malcolm X Boulevard. I will be brief because I've been commanded to, and I'm trying to follow directions the second half of 2025, but yes, it was a struggle the first half. But welcome to this Career Center site. Believe it or not, we are 98% finished. We have about 2% more of work to do before it is 100% fully operational, but that has not stopped us from serving clients and serving them well, and getting the word out and having them come from all across not only the city of Boston, but points outside of the city of Boston. And so we are most happy to be here. Because I'm going to be brief, I am going to immediately turn it over to my boss, ABCD's president and CEO, one of two people who call me Ronald, which always makes me nervous. But our fearless leader, without whom this journey could not have been undertaken, it is my pleasure to introduce you all to Sharon Scott Chandler, Esquire.
Good morning, everyone. As Ron said, I'm Sharon Scott Chandler, and I'm the president and CEO, the proud president and CEO of Action for Boston Community Development. And I, too, am thrilled to welcome everyone to this new MassHire Boston ABCD Career Center grand opening. Along with my co-pilot in my work at ABCD, Ann Corbin Fennell, my chief operating officer. Thank you, Ann, for all you do. I especially want to thank our esteemed guests for joining us. I know the mayor is opening the frog pond as we speak. It's in need, and she'll be here soon. The Massachusetts Secretary of Labor and Workforce Development, Lauren Jones, Executive Director of the Boston Private Industry Council, Neil Sullivan, and I think Trin, is Trin in the room?
She'll be coming. Okay,
so she's Chief of Workforce Empowerment at the city. We are really proud to be here today to celebrate this opening of the comprehensive MassHire Boston ABCD Career Center. And we thank the PIC, working as the MassHire Workforce Board, for selecting us last year to run these services so we could bring them to the heart of the community at 10 Malcolm X in Nubian Square. This actually has special significance for me, and I'm going to try to take a deep breath. Because my dad, who lived a block away, you can kind of see his apartment building, passed away 2 days ago. But I wanted to come because it means so much to me. He was a son of Roxbury. He was a proud father for all that I've done in my life. And I wanted to do this and come here. Ron and the staff, everyone has worked so hard to do this opening that it meant more to me to come and just share this with you all. So let me go back. We promised to bring our unique ABCD approach to this work that would allow us to unify the necessity of having a comprehensive center in the busiest transportation hub in the city with the intentionality of giving access to other priority neighborhoods by leveraging ABCD's network of trusted opportunity centers across the city, so we can ensure the public workforce system can better reach folks who need it most where they are. This state-of-the-art facility is at the heart of the effort to improve access, support, and equity for all job seekers while supporting the needs of local employers and partners. We could not have done it without the incredible partnership with Neil and his team at PIC, led by Angela. I haven't seen Angela yet, but Angela, helping to facilitate ABCD's smooth transition smooth. These last 12 months. But we know that truly great things happen when we all work together, keeping the people we serve at the core of these efforts. And Neil, you have been a great friend and partner to ABCD over many years, and I want to thank you for that. And I want to acknowledge your incredible decades of leadership and commitment to this work and to our communities in many different capacities, but obviously as Executive Director of the PIC. And I know this is not goodbye yet, but I hope that being here caps off an extraordinary, extraordinary career and the commitment that you have had. For those of you who are not aware, we've had a little practice doing this ABCD MassHire thing because we've been proud to be the operator of the MassHire Career Center services in the Metro North region since July 2020. And I'd like to, if anyone from the Metro North area sites, please raise your hand, whether you're a partner or whether you're a staff. I see a partner there. Thank them for paving the way for us at ABCD. As we've been able to embed a number of community-oriented initiatives specifically aimed at bridging that gap for job seekers with high barriers, and that in our locations in Cambridge, Chelsea, Malden, and Woburn. It also included some of our long-standing ABCD workforce development programs, like ESOL, youth jobs, internships, and first steps into childcare. Another key aspect of our success has been providing the comprehensive services and wraparound services to clients through housing and homelessness prevention services, fuel assistance, Head Start, and children's services, and our 11 ABCD neighborhood opportunity centers in Greater Boston, from which we support and refer clients. I'd like to call out the reasons why we're so, some of the reasons why we're so successful, and it starts with ABCD Vice President Workforce Development and Alternative Education, Ron Malo. Please give him a round. And Career Center Operations, Leanne Johnson. Where did Leanne go? She's always in the background, really guiding and steering, right? And our Systems Director, I think I saw him, Michael Payne. Did he come back in? He's, you know, we're still working, right? This is what we do. We're celebrating, and folks are working. So, and the other members of our Career Center and Operations team. There's Michael. They provide the leadership for and the commitment to the work we do in workforce development. They are always looking to provide more reach and resources for job seekers and employers to strengthen talent pipelines, expand career pathways, and empower individuals with the education and training needed to thrive in today's workforce. Please, again, another round of applause. I'm gonna brag with only one data point. They gave me a lot of data points, but I said I'm only going to use one, and that is for the results thus far. We have served at the MassHire Boston ABCD Career Center 3,467 job seekers, 127 businesses, 2,400 of our community members have attended career fairs, job search workshops, and training opportunities in a variety of industries, including healthcare, finance, and the like. So again, there has been so much work going on even before we got started here. And I'll mention someone else as well. Let me just tell you a little bit about the services the team has integrated, including the Bridges Returning Citizen Center, and Ben Sherman I saw here, which focuses on the employment needs of individuals who are criminal justice involved. We've launched digital navigation services, support services, and we have continued the incredible partnerships that we have at Metro North to increase the capacity to all we do with Tailored for Success, thank you, the African Bridge Network, and Tech Goes Home. And later this year, as I mentioned, we'll be expanding our efforts to the additional access points in Alston, Brighton, Dorchester, East Boston, Grove Hall, and Mattapan. We will also launch the Green Core Project, which connects job seekers who have been trained in the clean energy occupations and employers in this industry. And we will enhance our partnership with Roxbury Community College and the Urban College of Boston to deepen career advising services that we all do. Before concluding, I'd also love to give a special shout out to another partner in particular. He's here, Rasan Hall, CEO at the Urban League of Massachusetts, right down the street. When ABCD needed to establish a presence here in Nubian Square, Rasan and the Urban League stepped up without even a second thought, so that we could serve clients directly, immediately, and with compassion and commitment. And it was a more than an act of partnership. It reflected our shared commitment to our communities and to the individuals we know need this help the most. So thank you for your incredible leadership, Rasan, in the community. Through these uncertain times, ABCD remains steadfast in our mission to provide pathways out of poverty in partnership with families and communities so that everyone thrives. And we are committed to this continued collaboration with government, with business, with partners, community-based organizations and industries toward that goal. So thank you again for joining us. And now I am honored to introduce the Secretary of Labor and Workforce Development, Lauren Jones, who, again, we have been excited to work in collaboration with under her vision for the public workforce system. She is leaning into that innovation and responsiveness and flexibility that are needed for our communities through the career centers, particularly in an uncertain economic and whatever kind of future. She has really shown that leadership at the statewide level, and we appreciate your partnership. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ooh, good energy. I like it. I test everybody whenever I come for remarks. I always start with good morning to see how the room feels. So one more time. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. I think there's some good vibes, some good energy, because certainly this is a great day for Boston, and most especially right here in Nubian Square. Sharon, thank you so much for your kind introduction, but also your remarks and really outlining why this is so purposeful and how we will be able to serve so many people in this community and beyond, thanks to ABCD stepping into this new role. I'm looking around the room. I was sitting in the front, so I didn't get a chance to see so many different people in this room, and I want to acknowledge most especially our partners through our Regional Workforce Board here in Boston, certainly with Neil Sullivan and your leadership with the PIC. I see many PIC board members, and most especially partners, collaborators that help to support our career centers and our execution of workforce strategy in this city and across the region. So thank you to everybody. I know this room is also filled with so many career center staff, and so I really do want to lift up and thank you for your dedication and the work that you do. I acknowledge, I know Mayor Wu is on her way. See Chief Tren Nguyen here as well, representing the city. I want to also acknowledge our city councilor, Ed Flynn and Julia Mija. Thank you for your support of workforce development, and certainly as we now have this great new resource helping to ensure Boston residents and beyond have this touch point to create jobs. And I'm so sorry again. How are you? I'm so sorry. Councilor Santana, thank you for making sure that people are able to connect to jobs, employers to learn of the resources, and making sure that at the end of the day, the intentionality that's behind this vision is fully executed. I often have the opportunity to speak about and lift up partnerships. When I think about workforce development, at the heart of what I think of how we can execute on it, I think about collaboration. I can't do my job just sitting in Ashburn up by the State House. It really does take collaboration, and locally, you are closest to the people that we serve, both job seekers and employers. And I also know that we have this amazing network of MassHire regional workforce boards and career centers across the state. Here in Massachusetts, we have 29. So this is the one of 29 amazing assets that we have to best serve our next wave of talent that comes through our workforce. And so it's incredibly important. I also recognize, and would be remiss if I didn't lift up that spirit of collaboration that Governor Healy and Lieutenant Governor Driscoll often talk about. Because in order for us to execute on this collaborative strategy, we have to keep something in mind. And I think it was very much emphasized in Sharon's remarks. It's the people. And as I think about, and I was driving here this morning, and the intentionality behind this location in mind as well, I was thinking about the people. The fact that the O'Brien and Madison Park are literally a stone's throw away, the fact that we have this Nubian Square vision that is coming to life, and this is another resource for this community, but it's another resource to make sure that we are closest to reaching the people. Our future talent at our K through 12 schools, like the schools right down the street, our amazing talent studying at Roxbury Community College, you mentioned Urban College as well, and the investments that we continue to make for the adult learners that come through our workforce system, looking for that next chance, that next opportunity, that career pathway, and then also empowering and giving that spark for our young people who are looking to secure their summer job. And ABCD, you've been such a great leader on this with the mayor and the city and the PIC, thinking about how they can get more exposure to greater opportunities. That all is going to happen here. And I also was thinking this morning, and Neil knows this, I've been zigzagging around the state doing this tour. At the start of April, right before Patriots Day, we launched this MassHire 250 Revolutionary Tour, really leaning into the 250th Revolution anniversary right before Patriots Day. And I started in the Berkshires, and here I am in Boston. I've gone up to Merrimack Valley. Tomorrow I'm going to be in the South Coast. And I'm visiting all of our MassHire assets, our regional workforce boards and the career centers, and seeing the amazing partnerships that are helping to create more pathways and opportunities for young people and our adult learners. And as I was driving here today, I was thinking about this revolutionary spirit that we talk about in workforce and how revolutionary it is that we now have this amazing space, this amazing asset that with those front doors at right on Malcolm X Boulevard, helping to open literally more doors and opportunities for our residents here and beyond, and really making sure that we are creating more opportunities. And I think this is going to be, in short order, you already recognized the impact you're making. This is going to be a tremendous value add to the community, and we really appreciate the partnership with ABCD, with our MassHire Boston Private Industry Council, our city leadership, and so many more partners that make this a reality. So thank you so much for the opportunity to be here to celebrate, and certainly looking forward to more celebrations, milestones, and amazing wins that this Career Center will be able to execute. Thank you.
No, thank you, Secretary Jones, because that spirit of collaboration that you talk about, which is embedded in everything MassHire does, it comes from somewhere, and it comes from you, and we just take our marching orders and run with it from there. In addition to our partners at the state, obviously we have our partner at the PIC, the Boston Private Industry Council, AKA, as I've seen it written, the MassHire Boston Workforce Board, which we were fortunate enough when they did a competitive RFP to be selected to run this center. As Sharon said, we can't do anything without the leadership that takes place at the state, the city, and at the PIC/MassHire Boston Workforce Board. And so it's my pleasure to bring my good friend, their fearless leader, Neil Sullivan.
So I hold up the summer suit for the first time since the pandemic. So this must be something special going on here. What's special, those who've been along for the ride know the 10 Malcolm X in Nubian Square, Roxbury, that was the goal. And today it's clearly happening. It was a building that everyone goes by and nobody recognizes. And that's about to change. That's about to change. Because this is where it should be, right across from the bus terminal that serves all the neighborhoods. And those of us who merely ride the trains don't necessarily appreciate what it means to be across from the bus hub, the historic transit center for Boston, once served by an elevated train. All right, we're honored. The mayor will join us momentarily, and I get to shout out a few people. First of all, just because I want to shout out Angela McCabe, who led this process in partnership with Ron and Leanne and Michael from ABCD. And Secretary Jones, who I've known since 2014 when she assumed the leadership of the private sector summer jobs campaign for Mayor Walsh, and has had a sterling career ever since. Really covered the infrastructure of 16 workforce boards across the state, which report up into a state workforce board, which is chaired by Joanne Pekaski, who is with us today. Joanne is a member of the council which serves as Boston's MassHire Workforce Board. We have other members here, and I specifically want to go first to Stacia McNaught from Vertex, who serves as the chair of the board. Other members here today are Michael O'Neill, Eric Berg, the president of the Boston Teachers Union, Stacia Stoddard from the Executive Office of Labor and Workforce Development, and along with her, not members of the council, but Alicia Ordway, Undersecretary, is with us, Matt Hartman, who recently joined the Executive Office, and Stacia, so well represented. The Executive Office is really the core of the state's workforce development strategy on behalf of the governor. Jeff Vercauteren is with us, a new member, an old face for a lot of us, because Jeff was around for the beginning of the Healthcare Careers Consortium, which is an important piece, and another new member, and now treasurer and a PIC officer, Mike Firestone, from Mayor Wu's office. Mike, thanks for being here. I also want to recognize Kara Kazatsky, who is the head of JVS, the president of JVS, the other Boston Career Center, the downtown MassHire Career Center. All right. Oh, I also want to note how many former Career Center directors are in the room. Joanne was the director of Boston Career Link back in the day at the time. Angela McCabe was the director of the workplace in downtown Boston for JVS. Madre Good, former PIC staff member, was the director of the Goodwill Career Center until relatively recently. And Madre, for those who don't know, is now leading NECAT, the culinary program in the Melnia Cass space right next to the House of Correction. So Dre's taken on a big responsibility. All right, so now the semi-prepared remarks. So I started my career as a history teacher, surprise, surprise, a high school teacher in Chicago. And some say I've been teaching history ever since. You know, why do I do that? I do that because everything that happened before, only in a different context. Only in a different context. The human dynamic is a pattern, and you can see how things and institutions and people behave. So we started this as one of a few cities in 1996, we being the Boston Workforce Board, was chosen by the Clinton Department of Labor to try a new idea, a competitive career center which would allow nonprofits to run what had historically been a government entity. It was an idea. Clinton was into this sort of spread the management around thing, and we jumped. Nancy Snyder was the director of the workforce director back in the day, and her and Rebecca Lashman and Paul Clancy and other people really pioneered this model, which became national in the Workforce Investment Act in 1998. Not every demonstration project becomes a national institution. So there are competitive career centers nationwide. 29, as the secretary indicated, right here in Massachusetts. These are open to job seekers and employers. We often use the word intermediary. You are in between job seekers and employers here at the MassHire Career Centers. So, various organizations have been in either executive positions or executive committee positions over the years at various sites. Okay? This is not the first time we've opened a new career center, but it's the first time in 11 years. Why ABCD? Now, let's point out that JVS, long-standing career center operator, also prevailed in the competitive procurement. And we have a career center system with a downtown comprehensive career center and now this particular Roxbury Career Center. Now, what did ABCD bring to the dance that complements our downtown career center operated by JVS? Number one, this organization resolves the age-old tension. When the Clinton administration said, we want a comprehensive one-stop career center with all the services necessary to lead to training and employment, we actually had a different proposal in Boston. It was called No Wrong Door. And the idea was no matter what neighborhood you were in, you could go somewhere locally and enter the career center system. We lost. The one-stop comprehensive career center prevailed. Okay? The ABCD proposal resolved the difference. Here we have a comprehensive career center providing a variety of services, yet, as Sharon mentioned at the top, tentacles throughout all our priority neighborhoods. So this is both the comprehensive career center and the No Wrong Door, with a presence in all the neighborhoods. And we've been looking to get beyond either or to both and today we're able to celebrate that. Number two, what we've learned in workforce development is that employment services and job training are not enough, not for the populations we want to serve. They have to be complemented by a variety of social services as appropriate and at times stipends and wages. Okay, we know what leads to success. ABCD has all of that, both internally as the city's historic anti-poverty agency, serving lots of family needs. So now you're able to put employment services, job training services in the context of what people and families need to succeed. That was number two. And the third Sharon mentioned, and that is they're an experienced operator. They've operated career centers both in Cambridge and in Woburn. Now, not all of us cross the river. But employers do. But employers do. So that experience and that presence in a more metro region gives us access to more employers. And that's really an important asset that ABCD brought to the competition. So we like to run competitions where everyone's a winner, everyone present, but specifically Boston is a winner. Now you should know how this operates. The Workforce Board absolutely depends on Chief Trin Nguyen and the infrastructure within the city, okay? Lou, others within OWD, they are the fiscal agent. They monitor, I think Trin signs every training voucher that goes out into the field.
And more.
And, right?
Don't ask me.
So this is a co-delivery model, okay, where the PIC, a quasi-governmental, quasi-independent entity, is able to be the oversight entity, manage the processes of competitive procurement, and in an ongoing way, manage the operations. Trin and her team are able to manage the fiscal issues, move the money in the right directions at the right time. So just so you know how this works, we are the mayor's workforce board, and that's how we've always seen it as the PIC. All right, lastly, you know, you don't need a weatherman to see which way the wind blow here. We're heading into economic uncertainty. And those of us who've done career centers in the past remember a day when there were long lines and the need for security outside the career centers because people were desperate, okay? We're kind of in the delusion of the post-pandemic surge of federal resources, which is going to ebb, and we're not quite sure where the economy's going, okay? This is where people can go. Job seekers, employers, this is a hub along with the JVS Center downtown at 75 Federal Street, okay? So we're ready. You know, my basic career rap to teenagers is there's only two things that matter. What do you do well and what do you like doing, and 1 out of 2 won't do? Well, I've added another one. It's who do you know? Who do you know? That guy got the job because he knew somebody, okay? This is the place to come to get known. This is the place to come to figure out what you do well, what you like doing, and to get known. So welcome to the MassHire Boston Career Center, operated by ABCD here in Roxbury. And now I turn it back to MC Ronald.
Well, it's going to be a quick handoff because I will bring Sharon Scott Chandler back up because her honor is here, and we all are looking forward to hearing words from the mayor. Sharon.
And I will be brief, Mayor, because you really need no introduction. You've just done incredible things with this city, and we are proud at ABCD to partner with you on so many levels. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your leadership, and we're just excited to have you help us kick off this opening of the Boston ABCD MassHire Career Center. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who is here. What an incredible room. And this is a sign of what's to come in terms of the turnout and the level of foot traffic and the people who will be benefiting from and using this space. I am so grateful and so excited to be here. Ruti and I just came from the opening of the Frog Pond downtown, so we are dry, we are not wet. That was a benefit. Last year I brought the 2 boys with me to do that, and just even trying to get them out of the Frog Pond, I was soaking top to bottom. So it's easier with the baby. Thank you, Madam President, for all that you do. Thank you, Councilor Mejia, Councilor Flynn, Councilor Santana. Did I miss any of my other elected colleagues? No, thank you. And thank you, Madam Secretary, Secretary Jones, who knows the city very, very well. We're proud to count you as an alum and so grateful for your work. I am here just to brag on behalf of the City of Boston's team and to thank the many folks who have been part of building opportunity in Boston and making sure that we are doing everything possible to invest in workforce development. So to Trin, who is the Chief of Worker Empowerment, and her team, Katie Gall, who heads up our partnerships with Worker Center, and Sarah Sarui, who also works day in and day out with our career centers to make sure that we're doing everything we can. I also want to recognize our Chief of Policy and Planning / Baby Whisperer, Mike Firestone. And I know I was joined by our Roxbury liaison. Oh, Asha's still out here, but Asha Janae, who is our Roxbury neighborhood liaison. Thank you for everything. So to Neil, to Angela, to Seisha, to Sharon, Ron, and all of the volunteers and staff at ABCD, we are so excited. I know that JBS also got a shout out, but now that the city has 2 workforce development and career centers, this is going to be incredible, really stretching our reach. And I want to thank everyone from JBS for all that you've been doing to hold down the fort in the meantime, too. I say every day, 100 times a day, we're trying to do everything possible to make Boston a home for everyone. That's housing, that's schools, that's all the pieces to feel at home, but also the pieces to make sure that you can provide for your home and the people you love there. Making sure that our families and residents have every opportunity for good, dignified jobs in the career sectors and the industries that are going to fuel our growth. We are so thankful for the partnership with the Healy Driscoll administration, our partners at the state, and in the private and nonprofit sectors, where over the last 3.5 years, we have, with the funding and approval of the City Council, placed more of our young people in youth summer jobs than ever before in Boston, more than 10,000 last summer. We have grown and expanded Boston's Power Corps program for our young people to get access to green jobs, and they're getting snapped up as soon as they graduate in buildings, in careers all across the city. Creating opportunities for our residents to be part of the booming life sciences and biotech industry rooted here. And in 2024 alone, serving more than 15,000 residents through our career centers, which is more than was served pre-pandemic. Sorry, I see Rashad Cope in the back too. Thank you for all that you do on our team and making sure that we're making this real. So today, let me add my excitement and gratitude to be launching Boston's first new career center in more than a decade, and to be doing it in this particular location to make sure that the residents of Roxbury and all of our communities all over the city will be able to be here in the heart of Boston to take advantage of all the resources that ABCD provides. We're so thankful for the work you do on the basics like support, social supports, professional clothing, resources to navigate digital application processes and develop digital literacy, and of course, the who you know, the soft skills, the connections, the relationship building that will carry and open doors throughout the city. But in true Boston fashion, ABCD wasn't satisfied with just meeting expectations, which is why they've taken it a step further. We're also so proud to introduce the Bridges Returning Citizen Center to make sure that residents coming home from incarceration have access to opportunities available in our city right away, right here in a one-stop shop. And in the next year, ABCD will be launching Career Center Access Points, bringing the career centers to our neighborhoods so that residents who need the services most can access them directly throughout our neighborhoods too. So thank you again to everyone, congratulations, and can't wait to celebrate all that will come from this.
We wouldn't want you to do triple duty. So, because Sharon, Neil, and the mayor have been so gracious in acknowledging, our city elected officials, again, City Council President, City Councilor Mejia, City Councilor Flynn, and City Councilor Santana, almost lost it. We're going to bypass that, and I'm just going to, on behalf of ABCD, the Career Center staff that are here, say thank you for coming out this morning. given the weather forecast, we weren't 100% sure what to expect, especially for those of us who have to uncharacteristically wear a jacket. But you could have chosen to be anywhere, but you chose to be here, and we will be forever grateful. I only ask one additional thing of you. Please do not hesitate to hold us accountable for what we said we're going to do. That's not just the role of the MassHire Boston Workforce Board. It's not just the role of the Department of Career Services or the Executive Office. It's not even just the role of the Empowerment Cabinet and OWD. It's all of your responsibility that you hold us to what we said we're going to do. And if we fall short, that we have a reasonable explanation as to not only why we fell short, but what we're doing to course correct, to not fall short going forward. So again, I say thank you for being here. For the elected officials, the secretary, Neil, Sharon, and Ann, please, please, please hold back. There is an official ribbon cutting, and there will be a picture that we would like you all to be in. I will hold back because there are so many of you. I get to avoid being in the picture, which is a good thing. And so, again, please grab a bottle of water before you leave. I'm sorry that's all I had to offer you, but I did want to make sure nobody got dehydrated while being in here. Thank you yet again. Have a wonderful day, a better weekend, and an even super rest of 2025. Thank you for coming out.
Go ahead.